And it's Tuesday, November 2nd. This little MRF is not too far from my house. Oh, it's 2021, by the way. I'm leaving a little late this morning. It's probably 5:30, quarter to 6. I'm normally out biking here right at the crack of dawn. So anyway, we'll get going here. This one's pretty close to my house. I'll tell you the little story about how things are recycled here. But I just emptied my SD card so we can get a longer video as requested. I got to pick it up because I only got about 9 minutes at 10:80:30 here. I'll show you the distance between the recycling cages. But as you can see with that one, there was no labeling. People here get really confused. They know they're required to take it there and segregate, but when you get there, everything's all mixed up. And LGU gets rather upset because they don't know which is which. I'll show you one up here that they actually sent some two-pad workers to take all of it out, lay it on the ground with no gloves. So I gave them some gloves I had, segregate it and put it back in, and even then it still didn't get picked up. So this is a little barangay I live in South Pacific, Camiguin Island, Philippines. I've been here since 2007, and I have biked this island every single day. Probably missed the amount of days I biked it on one hand. If I'm not biking here, I'm touring around the Philippines on bicycle tours to different islands. It's the best way to see. Coming up is the Babagon Elementary School. They have a small, same size MRF alongside it, but it's kind of invisible, kind of blends in with the scenery, but people use it. They used to lock it because the neighboring barangays would go and use it. We'll do a little zoom in on it here. As you can see, it's used. Now they keep it unlocked, and they tend to overflow a bit because the other two barangays on either side here do not have any MRFs. Even the big city of Wambahao has a tiny MRF behind the barangay hall. It's all overgrown and trash strewn around. Can't even see it. I better pick it up here. So I might be breathing a little heavy when I talk. I might be pushing 70, but I can still hold my own in the mountain bike rides here. Let's go. Oh yeah, now we're cruising. Here's the first river I put my first bottle boom on, right next to my house. And I was so surprised what it caught that I got permission to put another fabric bottle boom downtown. And everybody was shocked with what it caught. Not just bottles, but bags and sacks of trash. First night I pulled a dozen diapers out of there. Now we're coming up on the port. This barangay, Babagon's, is the only one I know of on the island that has 6 recycling cages along the highway. And here's another one. This is the Babagon Port one. And a lot of that stuff has been there for weeks. That's one of my bags in the front, the yellow one. But no signs. Who knows what's in the bags? Japan's got it right. They use clear bags, so the people that pick it up can tell what's inside. Otherwise, you got to open every bag here. The system is broken. Single stream recycling is the answer. Very simple. Recyclables in one bag, landfill in the other. Yeah, that's a major problem here. We have lots of dogs in the road. Second year here, I clipped one at about 40, broke my leg. Here is our barangay hall, and we have an MRF in front of it. And it stays serviced better, but as you can see, the doors are open. People don't close them. And then the dogs get in there and pull it all out. and makes a mess. Plus it's ugly from the road. The new cages that I want to put in have signage across the front, and on the sides, the lower 1.5 foot or more section is locked. You have a spring-loaded door on the top, open it up, put it in, it closes. No problems with the trash falling out in the road. And when LGU comes, they can unlock the bottom and completely flush it out. Now here's the sad truth. This is the one that I stopped a week ago and gave the workers gloves so they could segregate. They picked up the diaper side, but this is what you get. You notice there's no signage, no nothing. People know you're supposed to bring the garbage here, but where would you put it? You know, you see cans and bottles everywhere on all sides. Anyhow, what are we at here? I can't even tell. I'm at... Can't even tell here. I'm trying to see how many minutes I got. I got 6 already. We better get going. Pick it up. The next one is a little ways to go. Yeehaw! This is Camiguin Polytechnic College, and our last Babagon MRF is up here. Can pay you to visit here. This is the last in Babagon. We do have one other up in the hill, but I've worked with Arnold on Wednesday